Dear students of class 7, today we will read and discuss the next part of the text, bringing up Kari. Right? So Kari was an elephant, right? And the narrator was taking care of the Kari by giving him twigs, right? Helping him to take bath, and in this way, right? Now we will see. I went near the edge of the water, it means side of the water, and I found a black something struggling above its surface. Means kind of black something struggling, means fighting or means working very hard, forcefully, attempting forcefully above its surface, above the surface of the water. Surface means outer part of the water. Okay, so black something struggling, attempting very forcefully at the outer part of the water. Then it rose higher, and it was the trunk of my elephant. Then it rose higher, okay, higher above the water, and it was nothing but the trunk of my elephant Kari. I thought he was drowning. He was drowning means he was just submerging or sinking, right? So drowning means he was going inside the water. I was helpless because I could not jump into the water and save the 400 pounds of him, since he was much higher than I. So I was helpless means the narrator had means nothing to do, because it was not possible to jump into the water and to save such a huge, okay, uh, elephant of 400 pounds of weight. So it was kind of impossible work for the narrator. But I saw his back rise above the water, and the moment he caught my eye, he began to trumpet and struggle into the shore. But I saw that his backside was rising above the water, and the moment he caught my eye. Means the moment he saw me, then what happened? He began to trumpet. Trumpet means to make noise loudly. So right. So he was shouting loudly and struggle up to the shore. Means then he was struggling to come to the shore. Shore means the side of the river. Okay. Then still trumpeting, still making noise, he pushed me into the water. Then he pushed me into the water. Means he forced me to go down the water. And as I fell into the stream. Stream means that small channel of water, the river of water. I saw a boy lying flat on the bottom of the river. I saw that a boy was lying flat on the bottom. So surface means upper part, bottom means at the lower part of the water. Okay, the river. He had not altogether touched bottom, but was somewhat afloat. Means almost almost bottom, means he didn't touch the bottom, but almost means kind of afloat, means he was there, okay, on the water and afloat, floating, right? I came to the surface of the water to take my breath. So the narrator went down the water, then again came to the surface of the water to take his breathing, okay, to breathe. There Kari was standing, his feet planted in the sandbank and his trunk stretched out like a hand waiting for mine, right? So here was Kari was standing, his feet planted in the sandbank. That means he fixed his feet in the sandbank, and his trunk trunk stretched, that extended like a hand waiting for mine. It's kind of someone is extending his hand, okay, his arm, to so that someone can catch him, okay. So that is the thing, stretched out like a hand waiting for mine. I dived down again, so I went down again and pulled the body of the drowning boy to the surface. So then I pulled, means I took the body of the drowning boy to the surface. But not being a good swimmer, I couldn't swim as well. Means I couldn't come to the side of the river, and then slow current was already dragging me down. So means current means the speed of the water was dragging me down, was taking me down, okay, was forcing me, pulling me down. So drowning actually dragging me down. Seeing us drift by in the water current, drift means the movement in the current. Means Kari, who was usually slow and ponderous, suddenly darted down like a hawk and came halfway into the water where I was. I saw him stretch out his trunk again. So, generally, the elephants are very much slow, ponderous. Ponderous means heavy weight. Okay, so they are very much clumsy, not flexible. But suddenly, darted down means came down like a hawk. Hawk means very much prompt, agile, quick, and came halfway up into the water where I was. I saw him stretch out. Then after coming up, he stretched. He extended his trunk like hand. Okay. I raised up my hand to catch it. To catch it. I raised my hand, and it slipped. Slipped. I found myself going under the water again. I found myself that I was going under the water again. But this time I found that the water was not very deep. So I sank to the bottom of the river and doubled my feet under me and then suddenly kicked the riverbed and shot upwards like an arrow, in spite of the fact that I was holding the drowning boy with my hand. See, this time I found the water was not so deep, not so very deep. That's why I sank to the bottom. Means I went down the I went okay, or I went down the bottom of the river and then doubled my feet. Then tried to double my feet, speed my feet, and under me the suddenly kicked. After that, I kicked at the bottom of the river and then came like an arrow. Arrow means upwards arrow, right? As if someone threw something from down to the upwards. So I kicked at the bottom of the river and I came upwards, in spite of the fact that I was holding the drowning boy with my hands. Means he was holding the drowning boy, right, with his hands. As my body rose above the water, I felt a lasso around my neck. Lasso means kind of rope, right? A kind of rope around my neck. This frightened me. This frightened me. I thought some water animals was going to swallow me. Water animals going to eat me, devour me, right? I heard Kari squealing. Squealing means kind of means that squeal, the noise, the call of the elephant. And I knew it was his trunk about my neck. Actually, he was holding my neck with his trunk so that I couldn't drown. Right? He pulled us both ashore. He took us both ashore. Kari becomes fond of ripe bananas. After that, Kari becomes fond of means the his favorite food was the ripe yellow bananas. Right? He believes in self-help, much to discomfort of his friend, much to disturb his friend. With quite dignity, Kari accepts the chiding he knows he deserves. Means chiding means scolding that he deserves. Sometimes he used to do something so that I used to chide, to scold, to rebuke him, and he deserves that, and he accepts that. Kari was like a baby, okay, baby child. We had to be trained to be good, and if you did not tell him when he was naughty, he was up to more mischief than ever. Okay, so and you have to train to become means so that or to bring him on the right track. And if and when he disturbs, if you don't tell him anything, then he will become more naughty than ever, mischief, naughty. For instance, one day, one day somebody gave him some bananas to eat, Very soon he developed a great love for ripe bananas. Very soon, I mean, kind of his favorite food was ripe bananas, yellow bananas. We used to keep large plates of bananas on the table near a window in the dining room. So the dining table means they used to keep ripe bananas. One day, all the bananas on the table disappeared, and my family blamed servants, right, for eating all the food in the house. One day, all the bananas means they were disappeared, and the family members thought the servants ate all the bananas, right? And this time, a few days later, the food disappeared again. Again, the food disappeared, and what happened? This time, the blame was put on me. The blame was uh, put on the narrator. Means they thought the narrator ate all the fruits. Okay, and I knew I had not done it, but narrator actually did not eat the fruits. It made me very angry with my parents and the servants, for I was sure they had taken all the fruit. Means, and also the narrator became very much angry with with his parents and servants, because he thought servants took all the fruits. The next time, the fruit disappeared. And the fruit disappeared, I found a banana all smashed up in Kari's pavilion. In Kari's, where the Kari used to live, the pavilion, there they discovered that all the bananas are there. So, in the pavilion of the Kari, all the means the narrator discovered one smashed banana, one banana that was broken. Okay, the upper part of the banana. This surprised me very much. I became very much surprised, right? For I had never seen fruit there, and as you know, we had always leaves on twigs. For I had never seen fruit there, and okay, means he never discovered fruit there. And as you know, he had always lived on twigs. Means he used to believe that the Kari used to live on twigs, but actually, he was the main culprit. Okay, that's all for today. We will continue again from here in our next class. Thank you very much.